Okay, we should be live. I'm going to make sure everything is working. And then we will begin. Audio sounds good. Okay, we should be good. What is good, C-Mill, SG, MP? How we doing, fellas? So for those of you who missed the stream last night, we obviously went through the two NFC games, and both of those matchups ended up being pretty crazy, with two game-winning drives and two game-winning scores within the final 30 seconds of both of those games. But we've got the Cowboys and the Commies facing off in the NFC Championship, two teams from the NFC East. And now we'll see who will represent the AFC in the Conference Championship, starting with the Bills playing against the Jets, and then the Steelers going up against the Raiders. So I'm going to double check one thing because I made the roster moves last night. I just want to double check something with the Bills, that the running backs are in the correct order. Boop. Okay, now we're good. So let's get our friend the random number generator to pick which game we will start with. So the game on top, the Bills and the Jets, is 1. And then the Steelers and the Raiders is 2. And it lands on 2. So we will start with the Steelers and the Raiders. And then we've got the Bills and the Jets. We're going to use the number generator again to pick our user. And it lands on 1. That would be the Raiders. You did the stuff I put in last night. Yes, I did. Your receivers and corners. Okay, so Troy's here. He can pick his stuff. Lenny already told me what he wanted. Which he wants. Which one is it? Where is it? Buzz Buzz. He's rocking the Bumblebees. I got Raiders money line. Are the Raiders like super big underdogs though? I could definitely see them winning this game. I don't think that's unreasonable at all. I don't know how much I trust the Steelers. This is the only game so far where neither of these teams have made a conference championship in OFL 23. Mr. Troy, do you have a jersey preference? Black, white, I guess gray's there. I'm good with whatever. Okay. What does everybody prefer, black or white? The Steelers are wearing Bumblebees, so that's like black and yellow. So I don't think them wearing black would be like an issue. White, white. Are we all good with white? Speak up or forever hold your peace. White. All right, white it is. So let's kick off the AFC Divisional round here in Pittsburgh. The Steelers and the Raiders, two teams who at the beginning of the year we really would not have expected to get here, are here. The AFC West might not have been so good this season, but the Raiders were consistently the best team in that division throughout the year. And then they go into, actually no, they were home, but Nonetheless, they still beat a Bengals team that obviously is not deprived of talent. And now they've got the team who beat the Bengals in the AFC North, the Pittsburgh Steelers, at 11-6. The Steelers kind of came out of nowhere this year as the 2 seed. The Bengals had won the division every season of OFL 23, including the sim year, except for this season where the Steelers were able to sneak away with a tiebreaker at the end. And they were able to beat Baltimore in the first round of the playoffs with their young quarterback, Hayden Callaway, facing off against Hugo Fredrickson and the Raiders, who will start with the ball. OFL 24, I want to destroy you as an NFC North team. I bet you do. Although I don't know what team I'm going to be yet, so we'll see. The Raiders are going to start at the 24-yard line. And we'll get a look at Hugo Fredrickson leading the offense with a pretty solid season. 3,600 yards, 27 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions, replacing the beloved Cocky Butt Cannon under center. And these guys have some weapons on offense. Marvin Harrison Jr., Travion Henderson, amongst others. I think that is Marv. Octi's the Lions and Frank is the Packers. Book it. I've wanted to be the Lions. I've never gotten the chance. Maybe next year's the year. "13 months ago today, I lost a playoff game to Justin Fields. What a classic. It took a little job that long to make it back to the postseason." Short throw. Nice play after the catch for the Raiders. It's a gain of 8. If Buffalo wins their game, then the winner of this one will travel to Buffalo to face off against the top-seeded Bills. Or, if the Jets pull off the upset, then the Jets will travel to whoever out of these two teams are home. Obviously, the Bills are certainly the front runner in the AFC, despite the fact that they will be without Jonathan Taylor until the OFL Bowl, which is going to be a very big loss. I'm relocating. Screw the Packers. That's a based answer. We have not had the Packers in OFL since 21, and I can't really say I miss them. Steelers have some great unis. Are these great? I mean, they're unique. I wish the pants weren't, like, ugly brown. As Hugo throws it away. Checking in from the Five Guys bathroom. Get to work, damn it! There are hungry customers waiting on their burgers, mister. Here's Hugo. Sets his feet. Goes downfield. It's overthrown. Good coverage. He had a lot of time to throw, but could not really find anyone. And so now it's 3rd and 10. Hugo looking for the sidelines. I don't think he got the feed in. He does not. The Raiders have a lefty kicker. Who is their kicker? This is a long one from 56. I mean, I guess you can't really go for it here. Maybe you're too close to punt it, but that's prime field goal miss range, and sure enough, they do miss. The kick doesn't quite have enough distance. It also looked like it was a little bit to the right. And so the Steelers are going to get the ball with really good field position at the 46 with their young quarterback running back duo of Hayden Callaway and Kelvin Pickney. Steelers have some good weapons. Travis Kelce, Lance Spurlock, Drake London. Callaway under pressure. Tough throw. He'll get like 5. And the Steelers, within 2 plays, already have it at the 30. Maybe the Raiders should have just punted it. I mean, obviously, in hindsight, they clearly should have. There's another nice first down. Callaway does have X Factor. Yes, he's nice. I think he always had it. He was drafted with it. There's another first down. The Steelers have it on the goal line. Their offense looks really solid so far. Raiders kicker is some guy named Madison Patterson. Why does Madison Patterson sound kind of hard? Like, it flows off the tongue really well. First and goal, they got it! That's a touchdown, and the Steelers are on the board first. Mecole Hardman with the touchdown. Not a bad start for Pittsburgh, who's looking to really prove themselves. And so far through the first 5.5 minutes of the game, they look pretty good. Quick 5-play drive. That field position really helped them. And so now the Raiders look to respond after a slow start. I will say the Raiders offense started the game off pretty good. Hugo Fredrickson looked dialed in early before missing a few throws. So they've obviously got to start off strong again, but we'll see if he can pick it up once they get onto the Steelers side of the field. Assuming they get there to begin with. Raiders looking to run it finally. Travion Henderson does not get much. We saw some good running back performances last night from the NFC. Najee Harris and Dalvin Cook both played really well. Ezekiel Elliott had some good runs. Nick Chubb not so much, but his team won. So that's all that matters, right? You go now, 6 of 9. Nice. As the Raiders get the first down. I'm pretty sure the Raider win against the Bengals is their first playoff win in the entirety of OFL 23. Troy's been building up a young squad. I think they made it as a wild card, I want to say last year. But this year, winning the division, they were able to beat one of the league's juggernauts. The odd man out with the running backs left. I mean, it's not like the AFC running backs are like spectacular. Travion Henderson's cool. Kelvin Pickney's cool. Breece Hall's cool. But they're not as good as the guys in the NFC. And hey, Kareem Hunt has 3 OFL Bowl championships on my team back in OFL 20. He was a baller. As that'll wrap up the first quarter. Pretty good start here for the Steelers. They marched down the field, 5 passing plays, all 5 of which were completed. The Raiders have dominated time of possession, though, but it has not affected the scoreboard yet. NFC is where the real men play. Then how come the AFC has more rings? I know the NFC's better, I'm just coping. Hugo going downfield, and it's way overthrown. Marvin Harrison had some room. Now the corner was closing in on him. Thoughts on my Texans and Pokes this weekend? 2 big wins for both of them. CJ Stroud is pretty good at football. And Oklahoma State with one of the bigger statement wins really of the entire year. Knocking Oklahoma out of playoff contention in the last Bedlam game for at least a while. Just saying, we combine teams. We have to have a little bit of parity. In OFL 20, we had no parity. It was fun winning a bunch of championships, but parity's fun too. The Raiders are getting close. Their offense has responded in a big way on this drive, but I'm sure they'd love more than a field goal. And they're only going short on 3rd and 4, but they got it. Travion Henderson's been like the go-to guy in the passing game. He already has 4 catches. Hugo's really gone short today. I'd like to see him be a little bit more aggressive, although when he's kind of tried a little bit. It hasn't really worked, but he's tried a little bit. 1st and goal. Hugo has room. He's going to run with it. Why is the Steeler defensive back celebrating like he did something? Want to go to Jerry's World again? Our last loss was heartbreaking, and you were like 15 rows away. That's got to be a really cool venue to be at. That stadium seems sick. 3rd and goal. The Steelers dial it up immediately. And Travion Henderson loses 3. Woodward brings him down. And so the Raiders are going to have to kick. That was a good drive, but in the red zone, they couldn't make a play. We're nearly halfway through the second quarter, and the Steelers have had 5 plays so far. And they're winning, and they're about to have the ball. Hayden Callaway looked pretty good on his first drive. Let's see what the kid can do here. In just his second career playoff game. Up the middle, wide open. Big start for the Steelers. They get nearly 30. Does Drake London wear 6 for the Steelers? Huh, because that looked like him. I didn't realize he wore 6 in OFL. The more you know. Oh no, that was Sky Moore. That wasn't even Drake London, so I guess Drake does wear 5. Sky Moore, unironically, has been statistically the best receiver on the team this year. He's been actually pretty good. There's Kelvin Pickney finally getting the ball, his first carry of the entire game. Pittsburgh goes right back to the pass. Another first down. Hayden Callaway looks dialed in. The only other time that I think we watched a full Steelers game, they got pummeled. That was against the Texans, who are obviously eliminated. So the Steelers wouldn't have to worry about facing them again. Sky Moore in real life versus Sky Moore OFL. Not quite the same. I love how the Steelers have both Sky Moore and McCole Hardman and Travis Kelce. And this pass is intercepted. Christian Gonzalez. Sko Ducks picks it off. Wow, that's a gigantic play for the Raiders. Pittsburgh had a lot of the momentum. Hayden Callaway hadn't even thrown an incompletion until Gonzalez rips it out of the hands of McCole Hardman. And that's going to open up the game here for the Raiders, who have to capitalize off of this turnover. Second and 6. Henderson gets around 3. He only has 2.6 yards a pop. Technically, Callaway has not thrown an incompletion. Every pass that he's thrown has been caught by somebody. Maybe not his own team, but it's been caught. After the 2-minute warning, 3rd and 3, they get the first down. So the drive is going to continue for a little while longer. Another short throw, another solid gain. The Steelers are kind of playing bend-don't-break defense. They're not allowing a lot of big plays, but they're doing their job. Now, the Raiders are consistently moving it down the field, but it seems like they can't break out that one big 25-yard gain. How are you doing today? I am doing pretty good. How about you, Mr. Thomas? As the Steelers get the stop. 4th and inches on the 43. You can't kick it. That'd be moronic. I would go for it. You're that close. You're on the opposing side of the field. I think punting it is probably better than a field goal because they're not going to make the field goal. But I would have been aggressive. Are we going to get a good punt? Nearly a what a punt. Just outside of the 10 at the 11. So the Steelers have 37 seconds and 3 timeouts. They certainly could score before the end of the half, and they start with the ball. But that last interception certainly hurt things. At least they're trying to score. Most teams, when they get the ball with 30 seconds left, just forget trying. As they get the first down, why would you run no huddle? You had 3 timeouts. I don't get the point. All right, final play of the drive of the half is a screen, and they lose 4. Classic EA clock management, everybody. That'll wrap up the first half. The Steelers lead 7-3. 33 offensive snaps for the Raiders, just 13 for the Steelers, only one of which has been a run play. I think the Steelers have definitely been the better team in the first half. Minus the interception, they'd probably be up by 2 scores right now. They'd be up presumably by at least 7. And here's a big start to the third quarter on the kick return. On the flip side, though, the Raiders' offense has been pretty efficient. They've just been missing the explosive plays. If they can break off a big pass play, I think that could really put them back in the game. Not that they're out of it. They're down by 4. That's probably going to be a hold. That was a big run for Pickney, but I think this one's coming back. So the Raiders dodge a bullet. The flag is on Ezra Cleveland. Steelers could have had it on the opposing side of the field immediately, but instead they won't. They go back for Pickney. Instead of getting like 20, he gets 4. If that. Oh God, it's a toss. How much is he going to lose? He actually gains like 10. Did a toss play just work in Madden 23? I don't believe my eyes. That actually worked. And now it's a third and very manageable. They go in the flats. It looks like he got it. Yup. They didn't get past the yards marker by much, but they got it. And that's the user, Taz Mego, who brings him down. There's Mr. Spurlock, the tight end, who is now the starter over Travis Kelce, who's regressed quite a bit. I've seen it all, folks. A toss play has worked. That's definitely one of the things I'm looking forward to for Madden 24's OFL, having reasonable toss plays. Which, speaking of, with the OFL Bowl certainly within the next week, and as we start the offseason, we will be really starting to prepare for OFL 24 just so we can have everything ready by the time 23 is officially done. So, stay tuned for that. And I may or may not have gotten some interesting news last night regarding OFL 24, which I think you guys are going to like. So, I'm not going to spoil anything yet, but a little birdie in my ear told me that we could be getting some good stuff. As Kelvin Pickney gets it inside the 10, Pickney's had a nice drive. Even disregarding the big run that was called back, he's been quite good. What is said news? You'll see. You'll see. I don't want to give it away yet. Mainly because I don't know that much about it. But there's Drew Sanders with the sack. Lance is now erect as Drew Sanders forces a loss of 7. Lance is probably rooting for Drew Sanders over his own player just because Drew Sanders is a hog. 2nd and goal. Risky throw. Nice catch. We need to schedule the draft after the roster update in Week 13. Good to know. So Week 13, I guess, is the next big one. That's where Sam Laporta is going to be an 84 overall. Ooh, the Steelers don't get it. Big tackle. Is that Keely Ringo, number 6? What do you do on 4th and goal? I say you punch it in. I think they're going to kick. Yeah, I don't like that. You're that close. You can make it a 2-score game. So all things considered, not the worst drive for the Raiders defense. They hold them to 3, and they can tie the game. See when. We're talking mods. Well, to be fair, the mods don't even know, except for one. Because it may or may not have to do with him to begin with. Nickinator probably. Maybe it's you. You're trying to throw him off. Or maybe it's plain Nick. Or maybe it's neither. Maybe it's a curveball. Maybe it's Husker. Or maybe it's not a mod and I'm lying to you. Who knows? As David Andrews, the center, is hurt. That's not good. It's 100% me. Oh, here's a nice run. Travion Henderson with a juke. Oh, he could have broken that off for more. Still a good play. It's Little Jaw. Yep. You got it. It's Littlejaw. What Littlejaw's done is he's modded my console to where we can get custom jerseys for all the teams. That's the news. Wide open down the field. The Raiders are going to tie it. I said they needed that one big play, and here it is. Marvin Harrison Jr. burns the corner. We've had some really bad corner plays here in the divisional round. Last night, Tariq Woolen and Marcus Peters lost their teams the games. And it looks like 33, Franklin, might have costed the Steelers there. All the Raiders needed was that one play, and they're going to tie it at 10. Marlon Harrison Jr. wearing 12. I'm disgusted. He does look wrong not wearing 18. Oh, I should have did the Maserati Mar thing. I should have gotten Gus. Hold on. Why can I not find a good Maserati Marv clip on YouTube? That's stupid. Whatever. YouTube's hating, I guess. Here's Kelvin Pickney. He breaks off a big run, jukes away from the defender, and gets 21. Yeah, there's probably definitely something on TikTok. You're right. I'm surprised there's nothing on YouTube, though. I can find the Ajabo clip easily, considering we've only used it like 20 times. There's Pickney again, continuing his strong performance. Every single one of Hayden Callaway's passes has been caught, still. I thought we were in the second quarter that whole time. Nope. Josh McDaniels modded my Madden, yeah. When we were role-playing Josh McDaniels in Greasy Grove, it turns out that was a lie. We were contacting him to mod my game. That'll bring us into the fourth quarter. Just like the first two divisional games, we've got another good one. Could we have another possibly thrilling ending? Like the two NFC games. Boink, boink. It's intercepted! Another pick. It's Tasmego, the user. And the Raiders get the interception. Rarely do we see those boinked passes get intercepted. Ironically, Lenny was the one who suggested we do something about the interception sliders last night. I didn't touch the sliders because, again, I don't mess with the sliders within the same week. But I guess the Raiders have answered the call of forcing turnovers. And they have it back in a tie game. Role-playing McDaniels and Greasy Grove will stay forever the funniest thing we've done in Fortnite. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the statement, role-playing Josh McDaniels and Greasy Grove. I don't see the issue. Oluwatimi is hurt. I think he's probably the backup center. The Michigan man. So I guess they just lost both of their centers. That's not ideal for the Raiders. And now it's a 3rd and 1. Fredrickson with a dime. That'll keep the drive going to the 38. Michael Gallup, Dragon legend. We would have picked off Ritter 5 times. Yes, you would have. I guess it only affects Hayden Callaway. Everybody else just drops their interceptions. Second and 12. Callaway nearly sacked. He gets it out. Not Callaway. Fredrickson's nearly sacked. Wrong guy. And so now it's 3rd and 5. Probably the biggest play of the game so far. Steelers got to hold him. Oh, that's going to be a pass interference. Pittsburgh got the stop too. But there was some contact on the play from the defensive back, C.J. Henderson. And it's an automatic first down for Las Vegas. Wow. That was gigantic. Fredrickson gets rid of it. Incomplete. Never using the Raiders in Madden again. What did the Raiders do? This fourth quarter is going to be longer than the whole first half. To be fair, the first half did go by quick. Fredrickson's going for the end zone! No good. It's incomplete. So Pittsburgh will get the stop, and the Raiders are going to have to kick. But they should be able to take the lead. Their first lead of the entire game, to be specific. From 41, he got it. So it's 13-10, and now the Steelers need a big drive. Every single one of Hayden Callaway's passes have still been caught. The problem is 2 of them have been caught by the wrong team. Let's see what this kid is made of. And obviously Kelvin Pickney's played well. I think they need to lean into him because he has produced whenever he's gotten the ball. Let's see what they can do with 5:23 left on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Did it say who got the second interception? Taz Mego got interception number 2. And obviously Gonzo had number 1. I still don't get how the Steelers have ran the ball 7 times. They've ran it so well. Why aren't they trying to run it? Risky throw. Caught for a first down. Good play. That was good coverage too. But Callaway just perfectly threads the needle for Sky Moore, who's had a solid game. Here's Pickney. Right as I'm gassing him up, he can't find any room. Now they're going to go back to Pickney. Solid gain. As Damon Payne is hurt, the defensive tackle. So now it's a 3rd and 4. I would say this is the new biggest play of the game. Steelers don't get it. They're going to have an interesting decision. And it's dropped by the defense. That should have been a pick. What was Hayden Callaway thinking? The most important throw of his career, he throws it right to the defense. At least the first 2 interceptions were not directly to somebody on the other team. Unlike that. Not quite a what-a-punt. As it goes in the end zone, we'll see if the Raiders can finish it off here on this drive. My mom made lasagna for your birthday. Good stuff. Glad you enjoyed it. So it looks like the Raiders are already starting to chew clock. They won't get the first down. Oh, they will. Oh, I didn't think he got it. I guess maybe he might have reached the ball over the pylon. I have dominoes right now. You lucky duck. That was Callaway's first pass that was dropped, yes. 2.5 to go. Steelers are probably going to be calling those timeouts soon. Not here. And we've made it to the 2-minute warning. The Raiders lead by 3, looking to pull off another upset and advance to the AFC Championship. Third and 2. Steelers call their first timeout. Pittsburgh needs a stop here. Empty backfield. Pass is caught out of bounds, but it is a first down for Joshua Palmer. So the Steelers don't want to use their timeout, but I think they'd rather use a timeout and it being 4th down. Oh, here's a big run. Henderson breaks a tackle. That is a huge play for the Raiders. And now another first down ends it for good. They are in field goal range. Not that that's much of a big deal for the Steelers because it's a 3-point game. As Henderson gets 6 more. They're 4 yards away from finishing off the job. They won't do it on 2nd. How about 3rd and 4? I'm curious to see if they run or pass. They 100% should run. Because even if you don't get it, there's going to be 20 seconds left on the clock. They'd be stupid to throw it. Why are they throwing it? 16 is wide open, though. He's out of bounds, but he gets the first down, and that'll do it. Wait, he didn't. He was out of bounds. I thought he got it. Oh. Okay. Well, that's interesting. The game is still alive. Okay, hold on. I got to see something. It looked like to me he was inbounds. Oh, we can't even look at it. That's lame. It's still not looking good for the Steelers, but they have 50 seconds. And we saw 2 game-winning drives and 2 game-winning scores within the final minutes of the first 2 divisional round games. The refs have the line on the Steelers. To be fair, we didn't get that good of a look, so we really can't say for certainty if he was in. I thought in real time he was in, but as stupid as this sounds, I'm going to trust EA's judgment because I didn't get that, obviously, that close of a look. Hayden Callaway's under pressure. He's just got to get rid of it. Oh, they caught it! And he's out of bounds! Wow! How did that work? And now they have it at the 47. That is huge. Downfield, it's caught. That they're going to stay in bounds. They've got to move quick. 20 seconds. The Steelers need like a Tariq Woolen play. Not that. They're going to have time for at most one more play. And they will get it off. This is it. They've got to take a shot for the end zone. That's not a shot for the end zone. Not at all. Kelvin Pickney gets around 8, and that'll do it. The Las Vegas Raiders hold on to upset the Steelers and are going to the AFC Championship because of EA Sports clock management. Who would have guessed? Am I right? You can argue the Raiders had a Mickey Mouse path to the playoffs with an easy division. But look, they've beaten the Bengals and now the Steelers on the road. This team is good. And they'll get either the Bills or the Jets in the conference championship. Hayden Callaway threw the 2 interceptions. Other than that, he was super accurate. But I don't know what he was thinking on that last play. Hugo was solid. He wasn't super aggressive, but he did his job. He was efficient. Both teams ran the ball well. Difference is the Raiders actually leaned in on the run, whereas the Steelers did not. They did get Kelvin Pickney the ball a lot in the passing game at least, so at least they used him. Josie Jewell had 17 tackles, and that's a lot. So the Raiders get the upset on the Steelers and are going to the AFC Championship, the farthest that we've had an AFC West team make it in all of OFL 23. Now the question is, who will they go against? We've got the Bills and the Jets, David and Goliath. The Bills won the OFL Bowl last year. They won 13 games this year, but they've looked a little bit spotty over the last 6 or 7 weeks. The Jets are hot. They won 10 games. They upset the Texans in the first round. This would definitely be one of the most surprising upsets probably in OFL history. As the number generator lands onto... I'd like my... Oh, yes. I'll upgrade your players. It should do it automatically. Oh, wait. It already did. Okay. Oh, look at this. I noticed this when I was doing roster moves last night. We're playing in a blizzard. We have not had many snow games in OFL 23, but we do here. In Buffalo. Now, the Jets are used to the snow, or at least they're used to the cold. They play in New York, or I guess New Jersey. So on one hand, the weather might equalize things, but on the other hand, the Bills have far and away the biggest home field advantage in OFL 23. Or at least they have the biggest home field advantage when they play us. Maybe not everybody else, but it affects us. The Bills are a 96, by the way. Is that good? I think that's pretty good. All Reds 90s helmets. Same as the Texans game. The black ones, that's no. Oh, that's the wrong button. And the controller's dead. Hold on. Hold on. Gonna spend time with the fam. Have fun. Thanks for coming in, Troy. And congrats on the win. Okay, let's see if this was... Oh, the other controller's dead. It's not even the one I was trying to use. Okay, there we go. So you want the alternates. Is it just this, or was there something you added? Because I don't remember. I feel like there was something like different about it. Mr. Jaw? Earth to Mr. Jaw. Is this the exact combo? The same as the Texan green. I don't remember the exact combination. Oh, like the old Color Rush. Hold on. Where is it? Yeah, it was this one. Yeah, this is nasty. Nasty in a good way. I didn't remember the exact combination. I just know it looked hard. So let's get into our fourth and final divisional round game. The Bills and the Jets in a blizzard. The Raiders awaiting the winner of this game in the AFC Championship. Two division rivals with two very different paths in OFL 23. The Bills have been atop the mountain. They're the reigning OFL Bowl champs. That was actually their last playoff game, last year's OFL Bowl. And they've got the New York Jets, who have been one of the not-so-good teams of OFL 23, but they had a great season this year with Desmond Ridder having an MVP-caliber season, leading the Jets to the playoffs, and then a shocking upset win against the Texans. Nasty in a bad way. You think those jerseys are bad? Seek God immediately. The Jets jerseys go so hard. Last time we played in the snow, you guys lost to the Texans, and that would have been probably your last playoff loss, right? Because that was season 2, and obviously you didn't lose in the playoffs last year. Because the New England Patriots love the art of selling. So the Jets are going to start the ball. We're going to take a look at Desmond Ridder, Breece Hall, Cooper Kupp, CeeDee Lamb in the offense, and they've got a big challenge here. The Texans have one of, if not the best, front units in the NFL, and the Jets did more than fine against them. If there's one team who you could argue has a better pass rush than the Texans, it might be the Buffalo Bills. Micah Parsons has had a Defensive Player of the Year-esque season, leading the league in sacks. Will Anderson was pretty good too, as was Jalen Carter. And they've got some ballers in the secondary with Trayvon Diggs and Jalen Ramsey. And already, Breece Hall loses too. Quick start. Jalen Carter is the one who brings him down. In an alternate universe, one of these quarterbacks are mine. Ridder under pressure. It is caught. Good play. Gets him about 6. This is as good of a jersey matchup as you'll find. Both teams are dripped out of their minds. 3rd and 5. Ridder on the run. It's intercepted. Welcome back to the OFL playoffs, Trayvon Diggs. That was fast. It took him 1 minute to record an interception. Shocker, I know. That was right to him as well. Trayvon Diggs won the OFL Bowl MVP last year. He had what, 2, 3? I don't know. He had a lot of interceptions. I think it might have been 3. He's taken over some playoff games and already making an early impact here against the Jets. As we look at Isaiah Thomas, the new quarterback of the Bills, despite winning the Bowl last year, Buffalo moved on from Trevor Lawrence, and that proved to be a pretty good decision, as Trevor Lawrence was pretty cheeks this year. The Bills have some good weapons. Ja'Marr Chase, Calvin Mentor, Devin Wilcox, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. No Jonathan Taylor, though. The new free agent signing, Kareem Hunt, making his Bills debut as he gets a yard. They also have A.J. Dillon and Rashad Penny in the backfield as well. Along with Cookie Carlisle, right? Yeah, and he's hurt. So, he obviously won't be available today. Hear me out. Jacoby for Trevor. Who says no? Why would you do that? Unironically. 3rd and 4. They don't get it. I thought he did. Big tackle by the Jets. 32. Christian Harris. And the Bills are going to go for it. I love the aggressiveness to start the game. I don't know if I would have had the balls to do it. And it works. They get the first down to the 10. Dallas Goedert brings it down. I would argue with Jonathan Taylor, this is the team to beat. But again, they won't have him until the OFL Bowl. Here's Thomas. He is sacked on first down by the rookie. Second-year rookie. I don't know. He's young. It's Reginald Bayless. I fix bad quarterbacks, buddy. C.J. Stroud. How did you fix C.J. Stroud? He's been better in Minnesota than with you. There's Bayless again. Back-to-back sacks for the Onion. Second year. Okay, good to know. And now it's 3rd and essentially goal at the 23. Do they go for the end zone or do they just go short? They'll go short and have to settle for the field goal. Jamar Chase gains around 9. He fixed Stroud by trading him. The development was sending him away. Frank is the cocoon and C.J. Stroud is the monarch butterfly who escapes and then his wings can fly. Kick is good for Harrison Butker and the Bills are on the board after their interception. And unfortunately for the Jets, they get to deal with Trayvon Diggs starting this drive in the zone. So in other words, don't throw the ball his way. The problem, though, is that the other alternative, at least on the outside, is to throw the ball at Jalen Ramsey, who also happens to be pretty good. Here's Brees. Gets 4. That tipped interception was DPI. I assume you mean in your game? I didn't notice the pass interference. I could look back at it. Not that it would matter, but still. There's CeeDee Lamb telling the defense to CeeDee's nuts for a gain of 23. This is your fault for letting these super teams form. My fault. I didn't make the trades. It's only my fault that my super team exists. My super team that won a whole 0 playoff games this year. Solid gain to the 39. The Jets offense is looking pretty good here on drive number 2. Play action. Ritter gets to Brees Hall. That's a first down. I think similarly with the Eagles and the Cowboys game, I think the Jets have a better chance than people think, even if it's a small chance. I do think they do have a chance, and as we saw with the Eagles, they were a busted coverage away from probably winning that game. Brees Hall goes backwards, though. Your team has no heart, no culture. Damn shame. Back to Brees. He still gets nothing. The Bills' run defense has been ruthless so far. The pass defense has been a little bit shaky there, though, minus the interception. 3rd and 11. He's going to go short. Brees Hall breaks a tackle. He won't get the first down, though. So the Jets are going to have to settle the field goal. Not the worst drive. They got a few nice first downs, including the big play by CeeDee Lamb. But they're only going to be able to tackle on 3. And against a team like the Bills, he needed all the points. Oh, he missed it! I should not have assumed they were going to make it because we are playing in Buffalo and it's a blizzard. Doink! No good. When you're in Buffalo and you're an opposing kicker, you can never expect to make the kick. I've learned this the hard way about 7 different times. And not even Justin Tucker can make it from 43. If Tucker's missing, then anyone would miss. And the Bills quickly get to the 45 with Goddard. And so that'll wrap up the first quarter. 3-0. Buffalo seems to have the early edge. They haven't looked perfect on either side of the ball, but they had the lead, they had the ball, and they start with the ball in the second half. That's the big three. And they've got all of them right now, along with the momentum. So the big four. Thomas connects up the middle. That's Devontae. No, it's not Devontae Smith. That's Devin Wilcox, the rookie. Daniel Godley's number one receiver at LSU to the 23. Screw this stadium. I agree. We have to give a not-so-good coach to the Bills next year just so we can't give one of the best coaches such an advantage. Because this stadium legitimately is an advantage. Not to say the Bills wouldn't deserve to win this game. I'm not trying to take anything away from them. But kickers not being able to kick here is certainly an advantage. Third and 1. Another first down. Good throw. They get it to the 7. IT is 8 of 8 in his first playoff game with the Bills. The Bills are so good, they might break the Isaiah Thomas curse. That's actually impressive. Isaiah Thomas winning a championship is not something I thought I would see with how cursed he has been in the playoffs. Bills, Broncos, and Commies. The Commies have home field. What's so special about the Commies? That their field sucks? Miami has the heat. The Broncos have the altitude. The Bills have the kicking thing. It's impossible to argue the Bills don't have an advantage. That is true. And again, I don't want to take anything away from them because they're obviously a great team. And if not for this advantage, they'd still be great. But it is an advantage. It's hard to change direction for the opposing team. Wow, so it is realistic that the turf is garbage. That's not the only part of the stadium that's garbage, but give credit to EA for being realistic. Are the Bills going to go for it here on 4th and goal at the 1? They absolutely should. Why are you kicking? You're up by 3. If it was 7-0, I would get it, because you can make it a 2-score game. But when you're up by 3, no. Punch the sucker in. The New York teams as well. What's so special about MetLife? That it's like in New Jersey? That you have 100, maybe not 100,000. You have 70,000 Italian New Yorkers screaming at the top of their lungs. I could see how that's an advantage. I'm not sure we trust Hunt punching it in. Yeah, but you're a yard out, and A.J. Dillon can do it. Or if not, throw the ball. Isaiah Thomas is 10 of 10. If it was 7-0, I'd be fine with it. But since you're only up by 3... I feel like that's a bad call. And so the Jets could take the lead, theoretically. Now, it's bold to assume, A, Trayvon Diggs doesn't get an interception, and B, they actually move it down the field and avoid a 4th down. Which, if they do have a 4th down, they should probably go for it, considering they can't kick. Here's Brees, doesn't get much. The Bills' run defense has been ridiculous all day. Brees Hall has done nothing. And we've seen some really good running back performances here in the divisional round. Jets are really going to have to rely on the passing game. Did he get it? I don't know. They're going to give it to him. That was close. Giants and Jets fatigue you faster. Okay. Read option. Ritter spins away to the 45. It's intercepted. The Bills force another turnover. Who's 20? It's not one of the two main corners. Oh, it is. It's Jalen Ramsey. So both of the Bills' corners with an interception here in the first half. Diggs got the first one. Now it's Jalen Ramsey jumping in front of CeeDee Lamb's route to record the interception. And Ritter has turned it over twice here in the first half. Ritter had a few near interceptions against Houston. Buffalo's actually coming down with him. Although Thomas misses the first down throw. Second and 10. Short throw for Kareem Hunt. Not going to get him much. Actually, it's not going to get him anything. I'm going to go to Denver just for Oxy's player to fumble every drive. Would the Chiefs have a home field advantage? I could pick the Chiefs. The Chargers have cool jerseys. That's not an advantage, but they're cool. Third and 9. Thomas throws it away. The Jets get the stop. I'm back. What happened? Desmond Ritter got intercepted again. I don't know exactly when you left, but the Bills got a field goal on 4th and goal at the 1 because they're lame. Packers, you gain more momentum away. The team doesn't, and it's hard to change direction. The Chiefs are crazy for online leagues. I would assume the Chiefs have to have something crazy because they have just about as big of a home field advantage as anyone. Would Seattle have something cool too? I feel like they would have to have a good one because they're obviously known for their home field. Lewis Cine is hurt. Audibles fail in Kansas City. Yeah, that makes sense, all right, since it is quite loud. There's CeeDee Lamb with a first down. Desmond Ritter has pulled off the Hayden Callaway. All of his passes have been caught. Problem is, 2 of them have been caught by the other team. Here at the 2-minute warning, it's 6-0. The Jets have had a couple of good drives, but they've stalled out on turnovers and missed kicks. I don't think the Jets have punted it once today, and they have 0 points. Seahawks are like NCAA 14, where the routes are squiggly. Eagles, too. Yeah, go Eagles. The eliminated last place Eagles. Oh, I thought that was picked. That was lucky. And not only was it not an interception, but it goes for a first down. 18. You got to make that play. That's Roquan. That's in your hands, man. You got to catch the ball. Lions, Rams, and Chargers had the worst ones. Why us? The Rams and the Chargers I get, but what do we do? The disrespect is crazy. Our home field advantage in real life has been one of the biggest this year. Respect us, EA. Respect us. Jets call timeout number 1. Your team slightly accelerates faster. Yeah, that's lame. I mean, at least it's something. The Rams and Chargers should be punished themselves. Boink, 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 boink. Incomplete. EA respecting the Lions would never happen. They gave Aleem McNeil a 72 at the beginning of the year, so any chance of reasonable respect should be thrown out the window. Fumble! Desmond Ritter threw it behind Breece Hall, and it is a fumble. +5 acceleration. Oh, I guess that's not too bad. I would have expected like +1 or 2. Still not that crazy, but +5 is cool. 3rd and 18. It's a screen. Why? Oh, they actually have some blocks. Can he get it? No. And dear God, it's time to kick. This surely will end well for the Jets. Justin Tucker missed one from 43. Kickers never miss in this game from that short, let alone Justin Tucker. This one's from longer. Kick is up. That doesn't look too good. He missed it again! Justin Tucker's kick, once again, is wide to the right. And it remains 6-0. The Jets have had 6 points taken off the board by missed kicks. Here's Isaiah Thomas. First play of the drive. Gets around 7. This momentum is OP. Would the home field advantages be affected with momentum? Since I know everyone wants momentum off next year, I assume those two, they go together, right? Well, that could have been intercepted. It does. Okay, that's what I thought. So you guys can't pick teams strategically next year because of home field advantages. 3rd and 3. Kareem Hunt with the first down. It stays in bounds, though. Chicago 1 goes kind of similar where the kick meter is faster. That makes sense. Bears kickers usually suck. Isaiah Thomas goes downfield. It's broken up. Momentum is nice outside of the Bills. I've heard bad things. I haven't experienced them when I've played, but I also play, and I don't do CPU versus CPU. So if it's that bad, I'm going to trust everyone's judgment. And so that'll wrap up the first half. 6-0. It's been a weird game. The Bills are winning. They clearly have the edge. But the Jets have hung in there. Now the problem is the Jets have missed 2 kicks. The game could be tied. But Justin Tucker has missed 2 field goals. I picked the Bills because I wanted to be in the AFC and play outside. Well, the playing outside part certainly has been helpful. I can't imagine it hurts with the snow. That probably leads to some wind as well. The Bills' offense has not gotten in the end zone, though. They've been close. And despite the fact that they're in control, they're only up by 6. They do have 2 turnovers defensively. But they only have 6 points, and they forced 0 punts on defense. Only thing that sucks about 24 is that CPU will damn near run commit or play the run on every 3rd down. Even on like a 3rd and like long. That's dumb. Second and 1, Kareem Hunt gets a yard. I think he did get it. Yes, he does. They'll fall for play action. On 3rd down and long. Yeah, we're going to get fooled by the run. Common EA disaster class. First down, short throw, another solid gain. IT continues to be pretty efficient. Although kind of like the Raiders, the Bills have been missing those big plays. At least on offense. Maybe Ollie Gordon is the running back. That would explain it. 3rd and 15. They don't want Ollie to get that first down. It's intercepted! The Jets pick it. Why is he running upfield? If Justin Simmons goes to the outside, he's probably gone. Still a big play. And a massive turnover to put the Jets back into the game. But why did he run upfield? There was room to the left. But still a very good play for the Jets. They forced a turnover, and now they get the ball with good field position. They could have had better field position, but I guess you'll take what you can get. He ran right to it. Didn't we have a play like that yesterday? It was the Washington and Oklahoma City game. There was a play, I think it was OKC. They had a big reception, and then the receiver ran into a group of players and fumbled the ball. What? What was that? Hear me out. What if EA hates black people? Huh. Do you have any room for your statement? As the Bills get the stop. So the turnover does, I guess, affect field position, but it feels like the Jets could have done more. You had the ball at the midfield off of the turnover, and why are they kicking? What the hell is wrong with you? You've missed from inside 45. What makes you think you're going to make it from 64? That is beyond stupid. So it's like the turnover and this drive kind of offset. The interception never happened. Exactly. Martavis Bryant is a Cowboy. Let's hope the NFL lets him smoke weed. That's 3 missed kicks for Justin Tucker. Boink! That's going to be a DPI. Probably. There was contact regardless, but I assume they're going to call it on the defense. Yep, it's on Mike Hughes. That'll be a 27-yard flag, and the Bills now have the ball in the red zone at the 19. Here's Hunt. He hasn't gotten the ball a whole lot today. The Bills haven't really wanted to rely on him. Calvin Mentor now to the 6. They're getting close. Now 1st and goal. Short throw, batted down, incomplete. You know, that missed field goal wouldn't have happened if Justin Simmons didn't run into traffic. I still don't get what he was thinking. 2nd and goal. Kareem Hunt with the touchdown. Simmons went for the ball, and it backfires. So the Bills finally score a touchdown, and they finally lead by 2 possessions. And now they're going to go for 2, look to make it a clean 14-point lead. Thomas is under pressure. Fumble! The Jets scoop it up. They won't get anything on the return, but the 2-point try is unsuccessful. You're getting paid $20 million. Can you tell me why he's getting paid $20 million again? Yeah, whose fault is that? So the Jets get it back. They had a really great opportunity off of the interception on their last drive, which they didn't do anything with. Breece Hall's averaging 2 yards a carry, and the Jets have missed 3 field goals. It hasn't exactly been their day. Even though they're hanging in there, keeping it competitive. The Jets might be the first team in football history to score 0 points in a game and not punt the ball once. That's insane that they haven't punted it and they had 0 points at the end of the 3rd quarter, or nearing the end of the 3rd quarter. That has to be a first. Or at least a first in modern day. If it happened in 1900, that doesn't count. Only in Madden, clearly. The Stratton Buffaloes to either play a neutral stadium. Well, how would you play a neutral stadium? Or they get the ball first. And what happens if you don't get a 3-and-out? 2nd and 1. Ritter's under pressure. He's got to get rid of it, and he does not. Jalen Carter brings him down for a loss of about 12 or 13. And now they're backed up at their own 43. 3rd and 14. Ritter downfield. It's incomplete. Is it too early to go for it? It's almost like at this point, what do you have to lose? You're down by 10. You haven't scored. I would consider it. I can safely say Jacoby Solos both of these bums. There's a solid play to the 42, Jamar Chase. Now here's Hunt. Breaks a tackle. Solid run. And that'll wrap up the 3rd quarter. The Bills are in a good spot. They lead 12-0 with the ball at around midfield. The Jets had more opportunities to do damage in the 3rd quarter, and they, again, didn't do anything. So let's see if they can finish it off here in the 4th quarter and get the Raiders ready for the AFC Championship. As Hunt opens up with nothing. Now 3rd and 4. Thomas is going to launch a rocket. And it's incomplete. So the Jets get the stop. Their defense continues to play, honestly, pretty well. But they've got to score a touchdown here. There's no excuse not to. Down at the 15. Good punt from Tommy Townsend. The Jets offense has to score at some point. It's now or never. Maybe the strategy isn't throwing the ball to the flats. Not going to lie, we're beating this Bills team. Not going to lie, I don't like your chances. Their defense has played very well today. Ritter throws it into the ground. I'm really praying Little John doesn't score so my 3 points doesn't look as atrocious. Yeah, the 3's no longer going to pop out in the playoff picture screen. The 0 will. When's the last time we've had a shutout in a playoff game? I think I know the answer. I'm not going to say it. But I don't think we've had a shutout since, that game that we don't need to talk about. Seattle dreads that shutout would have been season 2. There was one later in that playoff run that, again, we don't need to talk about. So now that the Jets have it near midfield, again, their offense is getting off to a pretty solid start. If nothing else, though, since they're down by 12, they can't really kick a field goal. So at least they won't try to do that. There's Cooper Kupp. He's been quiet to the 35. They're going to try to get the ground game going, but it's been much of the same. They can't get anything. Now Cooper Kupp is hurt. Are they going to have one thing go their way on offense today? Poor team. 2nd and 11. Ritter goes short. Now 3rd and 3. They're in field goal range, but I think with 6 minutes left, when you're down by 12, you'd be pretty stupid to kick one, especially considering they're 0 for 3. On 3rd down. Ritter's pass is incomplete. Boink, boink. If they kick the ball, the game is over. Okay? Thank God. They're not going to kick. They're going to go for it. Here on 4th and 3. With the game possibly on the line. Boink. Incomplete. At least they didn't kick it. So the Bills get it back. They're up by 12. They are firmly in the driver's seat, looking to finish this one off. As Goddard is hurt. Imagine if this team had Jonathan Taylor healthy, and they will if they make the OFL Bowl, which I'm not going to discount the Raiders, but I think the Bills would certainly be the heavy frontrunner, considering how well their defense has played today and how much of an impact that this home field makes. If this was on a neutral field, I think the Bills definitely still win this game, but those 3 missed kicks certainly made a big impact, as that's probably going to be a hold. And it is. Wyatt Teller called with the flag. Isaiah Thomas now off his back foot, launches it, boink, boink, boink. Incomplete. 2nd and 18. He'll just go short for Dallas Goedert. This is why the NFC solos, it's fair game. The Bills would win not for home field. Probably. Thomas is thrown down by Jadeveon Clowney. Jets defense continues to show up. The Jets defense has allowed 15 points across their 2 playoff games. That's really impressive. What a punt! Down at the 7 from Tommy Townsend. So the Jets are going to start with poor field position. If it wasn't now or never on the last drive, which I think it really was then, it is now. Nice catch, though, for CeeDee Lamb. He gets 26. Dalvin Cook would commit war crimes. These defenses are playing awesome. I don't know about that. The Bills' run defense has been unreal today, and the Jets' defense has definitely done their part as well. Now 2nd and 1. He'll get the first down to the 47. Clock is ticking, though. Probably the final play before the 2-minute warning. Ritter has time. He should look to go downfield if there's a route down there. He has a wide open man. It's JoJo Earl. So the Jets are having another pretty good drive. Somebody's hurt from the Bills. That's 48. Who's 48? Oh, it's 98. Micah Parsons. The Bills are already without, I would argue, their most important player. And now, in my opinion, maybe their second most important player is hurt. I would say it's those 2 guys and Diggs. Speaking of Diggs, he just got juked out by Breece Hall to the 17. 2nd and 3. Another first down. They've got to keep it moving, though. Under a minute 20 now. From the 7. Can they finally score? Ritter has his man. That is a touchdown. The Jets finally score. It took them nearly the entire game. JoJo Earl with the touchdown, and they're going to hang around for a little bit longer. What if he misses the extra point? That'd be a little bit funny. Okay, he actually made it. So I assume the Jets are going to go for the onside. I will say, their run defense has been good today. I do trust them to get the stop. It's more so a matter of if they can do anything with the ball. Which they have to get the ball first. It's going to be recovered here by Buffalo. Good start for the Bills. Now we'll see if Kareem Hunt can finish it off and send the Bills back to the AFC Championship for a 2nd consecutive season. Jets have all 3 timeouts, although a first down would just about do it. Second and 9, game on the line. Another first down ends it. Hunt gets nothing. I would probably throw the ball. Flushing that last timeout is nice, but you're back up enough where I think throwing the ball here is the right play. Jets got to be prepared for anything, though. It is a pass. And they got it! Buffalo wins it. Jamar Chase with the first down to end it. The Jets hung around the entire game, but it will not be enough. And we are down to 4. The Cowboys and the Commies in the NFC Championship, and then the Bills and the Raiders in the AFC. So both number 1 seeds hang on by their chinny chin chins to survive with 4 one-score games here in the divisional round. Now you can argue if not for the home field advantage, maybe this is a different result. I still think the Bills would have won, but it's certainly an argument. Regardless, the Bills took advantage with Justin Tucker missing 3 field goals. Isaiah Thomas finally wins a playoff game. I never thought I would see the day. It's been years and years, and he's finally done it. Both QBs had nearly identical passer ratings. They were both fine. They made quite a few mistakes, and their offenses did struggle for most of the game. Nobody could run it. The run games were an abomination to football. Dalton Schultz was actually the leading receiver in terms of catches. Yards was CeeDee Lamb. The tide of relevance is shifting. The younger guys are on the come up. The conference championship games has Troy, who isn't necessarily young per se. SG, who's been here for a while. Nick, who's been here for a while. And then MP, who I think you can count as a younger guy. So you're 1 for 4. Certainly an exciting divisional round, but we have knotted it down to 4. The 2-1 seeds along with the Raiders and the Commies. And both of those, of course, will be played in the next stream with OFL Bowl spots on the line. All of the games were one-score possessions against super team. Are we calling the Steelers a super team? How many super teams do we have? The Bills, the Cowboys. In terms of talent, probably the Bengals and the Texans. Maybe these two, and that's about it. Let's check out injuries here. I would say, I'm saying super teams in terms of talent, not in terms of like what you've done. Because obviously the Bengals haven't won a ring, the Texans haven't won a ring, etc., etc. But in terms of on-paper talent, we are at the top of the league. Maybe not so much as the Bills and the Cowboys. Those are, I would say, 1 and 2. Still no Jonathan Taylor for the Bills. Cortland Ford is out for the year for the Commies. Wow, that's a big loss. Wink, wink. Dallas. Where's Dallas? That's not Dallas. Dallas has nothing. And the Raiders have nothing. I forgot about Micah Parsons. You're right. Micah Parsons is fine. That's an awfully big deal for the Bills, who are only going to be without Jonathan Taylor against Las Vegas. So the plan is for the next stream to be soon. I don't know the day yet. I will say, though, I am planning on doing the first stage of OFL re-signings before the AFC Championship, or I guess both conference championships, just so you guys have an idea of who you'll have to pay in the offseason. So I'll probably make the official announcement today. Obviously, the mid-season re-signings video is already up. So there you go. Hope everybody enjoyed, and we'll be back for the conference championships pretty soon.